A few years ago, this workplace did not have any union representatives to give the employees an added voice in decision making or be part of common solution of issues regarding the workplace. Now they have all parts represented and a structure for dialogue in place to resolve issues together. How did this happen?
Nilijoin kazi ya shop steward from 2011. That time it was Kenyan garage vehicle industry up to 2013. Then after we joined Scania 2014, wakati huo hatukuwa na union. Ile management ilikuwa imeingia haikuwa inataka issue ya union.
Initially, when it was Kenya Grange, the Scania workers were in the union. So when the Kenya Grange was coming out and then Scania East Africa coming in, there was that transition. But when the union now wrote to Scania to seek recognition, a new recognition, because then the company had changed, so there was need for a new recognition that amalgamated union would enter into a collective agreement with the Scania to recognize them. The management was adamant.
Before, the union was a very belligerent union. We used to have a lot of push and pull. It was management versus them, we versus them, and we used to have a lot of work stoppages, a lot of complications in the workplace, a very toxic work environment.
I had a meeting with some of Scania guys in Sweden. I was able to get the president and just sharing on email and sharing our concerns and our frustrations. In that manner, we were also able now to reach the human resource manager here in Nairobi, Mr. Kamwenje. And through that, we were able to now dialogue. We were able to just sit around the table. We were able to share with them. And we were able to negotiate and conclude the CBAs without now going to the ministry or to the Employment and Labor Relations Court, just in a social dialogue way, where parties are coming together, talking together, agreeing together, and signing a deal together. And it has worked for us because the relationship between us and Scania is amazing. It's good. It is also a good experience because at the end of the day, parties were able to understand one another. Parties were able to see that we are partners, we are not enemies, and we can always come together. We can always work together. We can always fight together. We can always win together.
Even with that journey of conflict with the union, what we've learned with our staff is that it's important to have an outside voice, especially for the majority of the staff who you would say are blue collar. It's important to have another mouthpiece to be able to represent them, because sometimes you find they shy away from voicing an opinion or for saying when they're disgruntled or when they would like something to happen. But when they have a third party or a third ear, then to them it's almost like, okay, we have someone who's independent who can represent our interests without us fearing coming to management about what it is that we would like done.
I see companies like Scania where we have a
proper social dialogue growing. Why? Because there are no areas where they would go to court and spend their money on lawyers, to pay lawyers, money that would have been used by the company to do something else. Again, there are no instances where production is stopping, probably because there is a party that is aggrieved and then the production is now stopping. There are no industrial unrest in such companies. Parties can just sit and talk and agree. So that I see such companies growing so much because there is respect and trust for one another, and parties can always work together for the betterment of the growth of that company.
The presence of union in the company has enhanced. I may now has enhanced employee management relationship by ensuring that there is harmony between the two parties.
The Swedish-based companies should continue to be the epicenter of good practices when it comes to employee dialogue, conflict resolution, and having this wellness program. That is important. So that again, they should also be empowered to cascade it to the supply chain, and in so doing it can even cover the whole of Kenya.